The violence against African migrants and immigrants in South Africa is often framed as a border problem or a story of xenophobia, but the reality is far more complicated. The violence, the protests, the vitriol against fellow Africans are symptoms. The disease is systemic state failure, legal loopholes, and economic desperation all over Africa, and no one currently in power on the continent is being honest about that. Most recently, a Nigerian national, Chika Ibe, was killed during a police operation in Bellville near Cape Town, and the circumstances are still contested. Whatever the investigation reveals, the case has already proven that when the people carrying out anti-migrant violence are wearing a police uniform, this unrest stops being vigilante groups versus foreigners and becomes a question about what the state is overlooking. Ghana and Nigeria are lobbying the African Union directly. 2 Ghanaian nationals have taken South Africa to the International Criminal Court. West African nations urged the AU to discuss the Afrophobic attacks in South Africa at the upcoming midterm review meeting. However, they have agreed to discuss broader migration instead of specific instances in specific countries. Meanwhile, President Ramaphosa is urging no assignment of blame and reframing a crisis of violence as a shared migration statistic. And there is some validity to that point. Millions across the continent are being priced out of food, housing, healthcare, transportation, and South Africa's economy is one of the few that still looks promising. But in the 30+ years since South Africans were promised a government that had their best interest at heart, the country has sleepwalked into tolerating the many ways that said government is robbing, displacing, and undermining citizens. That failure has become so normalized that migrants of all nationalities, not just Africans, have learned how to exploit leadership's greed and incompetence. Cape Town's city government, run by the country's largest opposition party, the Democratic Alliance, is spending 115 million rand on a wall. Said wall is being built with taxpayer money that could have gone towards proper housing for the communities they're trying to hide. There are undocumented foreign nationals running businesses illegally in the country, and there are people among them responsible for crime and drug trafficking. That is very real. The economic frustration of young South Africans is also very valid. Rights they're constitutionally owed are being sold to the highest bidder by their own government. But targeting foreign nationals hasn't fixed a single township water pipe, created stable jobs, or reversed a single eviction. It is not a solution, short or long term. The only ones benefiting from the chaos are government officials in Pretoria, Abuja, Accra, Addis Ababa, and in the global north and northeast. They get to point at one another as the cause or effect instead of focusing on how their failures got us to this point. Thanks for watching this video. If you have any thoughts to share on this matter, please comment down below and subscribe to OkayAfrica's YouTube channel and search OkayAfrica on all social media platforms.